Live from 6 News, the station on your side. This is The 7.
And good evening, I'm Bo Williams. Welcome to The 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories happening right now. And topping the list for us tonight, we're heading into the weekend with hopes for a bit less of that wintry weather that's been around for much of January. Looking outside, as a matter of fact, tonight from our Sky 6 weather cameras, you can see it is dark, the sun is set, and we are expecting to see temperatures dropping back, though, down into some seriously chilly territory tonight. But at least we're not back into the single digits, at least we hope. Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Ken Weather's been watching everything for us tonight. So, Ken, just how much outdoor enjoyment can we pack in while the weather holds this weekend? Hopefully we'll be able to get outside and get some things done.
Yeah, Saturday definitely looks a lot better than Sunday, just in the sense we're going to see more sunshine, Bo. Now the cloud cover has cleared out. As you mentioned, we're down to 35 after a high of 42 today. It's 32 in Jefferson City. Many areas along the Tennessee-Kentucky border, portions of Fentress, Scott, Campbell County didn't get above freezing today. Had a little bit of light snow as well, so some of those back roads, sheltered areas that still have snow on them, it's not going to melt overnight. In fact, we're below freezing there now. We'll be there by tomorrow morning. Teens for most areas, from 17 in Allard to 18 in Caryville, Knoxville, Alcoa, Sevierville, Jefferson City, all at about 19 first thing in the morning. Tomorrow, though, as I mentioned, a lot of sunshine. Nice day, at least for, mid to late January. 45 degrees and a light southwest wind. Decent day if you've got some outdoor plans across the region. Maybe need to wash the car. Looks pretty good for that. I say wait Sunday into Monday because some moisture returns later Sunday into Sunday night. It's very light, maybe drizzle-esque, but also could have a snowflake or two mixed in. I'll talk more about that here coming up in the full forecast in a minute. But if you do need to wash the car, Saturday is going to be better than Sunday or Monday for now, Bo.
All right, good to know, Ken. Thank you. And don't forget, you can stay ahead of the weather with the free Storm Team 6 weather app. To download it, scan the QR code on your screen or search Knoxville Weather in the App Store or Google Play. And make sure you set it to follow your location and enable severe weather alerts so you'll know first when severe and extreme weather is near you. All right, next on our Big 7 at 7 list for you tonight, 2 separate chases across county lines here in East Tennessee. One of them with a dramatic ending, and it was caught on camera.
Go this way.
You're looking at video shared with us by Austin Davis. In it, you can see the chase coming to an end, the person inside the SUV surrendering, putting their hands in the air, law enforcement then moving in. We're told everything started in Knox County when deputies were trying to pull over a stolen car. The chase stretching all the way to Kingston, with Loudoun County deputies getting involved along the way. Now, the arrest happening in the area of Morrison Hill and Ray Street, again in Kingston. We do not have any additional information at this time, but of course you can count on us to keep you updated as we learn more. And another multi-county chase from Sevier County to Jefferson County, ending near Rush Strong School. Jefferson County Sheriff says 2 people were arrested. No word on what prompted this chase or what charges those 2 people are facing tonight. A potentially big discovery is next on our list. The find is, well, being described as probable human remains. Now, they turned up behind a KFC restaurant in Harriman. District Attorney General Russell Johnson shared that the remains were found in this area by brush and tree removal workers earlier today. As of this afternoon, the recovery process still underway to recover all the remains. And then we're told an autopsy will be conducted by the county medical examiner after they are finished. But we are told that the TBI has been called upon now to help determine what the cause of death is. And of course, we'll keep you posted. Well, a big change up for discussion as President Donald Trump visits communities still trying to recover from Hurricane Helene. President Trump kicked off his first cross-country tour of his second term by visiting western North Carolina. He arrived in Asheville around 11 o'clock this morning and was greeted by a welcoming party that included Tennessee Governor Bill Lee. The president took part in a briefing on Helene recovery and hearing from families that were impacted by the storm.
Everybody thought I was going to California. I said, no, I'm stopping in North Carolina first because they've been abused by what's happened. I mean, it's terrible. It should have been done. It should have been, a lot of things should have happened that didn't happen. So we're here. We're going to fix it out. We're working with the gentleman behind me, and you know who they are, and we're going to fix it. And we're going to fix it as fast as you can. It's a massive amount of damage.
president continues to say FEMA has really let the country down and that he will be reshaping how the department operates.
It turned out to be a disaster. And you could go back a long way. You could go back to Louisiana. You could go back to some of the things that took place in Texas. It turns out to be the state that ends up doing the work. It just complicates it. I think we're going to recommend that FEMA go away. And we pay directly. We pay a percentage to the state. But the state should fix this. If the state did this from the beginning, it would have been a lot better situation. I think you guys agree with that, right?
After leaving North Carolina, President Trump visited the recovery efforts in the wildfires out in California. ABC News is reporting the president is expected to sign an executive order to establish a task force for reviewing and recommending changes to FEMA. And of course, we're also still waiting for I-40 near the Tennessee-North Carolina state line to reopen. And today, when I interviewed Congressman Tim Burchett for this week's episode of Tennessee This Week, he told me that we're about to see things change.
President Trump, if he hasn't already, act surprised when you hear this. He's going to tell the Army Corps of Engineers to get off their butts and get back up to North Carolina and fix that problem.
I've heard concerns about FEMA needing to be overhauled. President Trump, I think, is expressing concerns about FEMA. I fully understand it. If you look at the failings of FEMA in my own state of Tennessee and North Carolina, Georgia, Florida.
Now, you also just heard from Senator Bill Hagerty addressing President Trump's comments about doing away with FEMA. Another story in Helene's aftermath makes our Big 7 list tonight, just across the mountains to Newport, where businesses in the downtown area continue to rebuild. Diana Groom's world changed drastically when Hurricane Helene ravaged her beloved beauty shop. Diana's Beauty Salon is now making its comeback after 3 months of cleaning and construction. The salon has been around for 48 years and is a staple in the Newport community. Groom's received an overwhelming amount of help from the community just days after the hurricane hit. She now expresses her gratitude to friends, neighbors, and even strangers who helped her through the process.
But we had people come in to help me. They got everything out of here that needed to be got out. And so many people has helped. They've really helped me get back in to the shop. Because there's several girls that works here, and see, they didn't have no income. So I'm certainly glad that we got it back.
You know, an open house is planned for sometime next month for Diana to share her resurrection, if you will, and new shop with the Newport community. By the way, she was also able to hire a couple of more stylists to help join the team, so some good news there. All right, our list rolls on with the big push to deport people who've made their way into the U.S. illegally. The White House says it's the largest deportation operation in history. Immigration and Customs Enforcement says more than 500 illegal immigrants were taken into custody yesterday alone, and that deportation flights have already begun. Matter of fact, you're looking at some pictures behind me here as people step off U.S. soil and onto those military aircraft. Centro Hispano, a local nonprofit aimed at assisting the Knoxville Latino community, says they will continue to support immigrants. And while they have offered services for nearly 20 years, they say fear from immigrant families has increased in the last few weeks. And while right now they are uncertain exactly how the people of East Tennessee will be impacted by all of this, they are providing workshops for families to create emergency plans and learn their rights.
If there were deportations to happen, oftentimes the people that are get rounded up are not even undocumented. And so what can we do as a community to keep our families and our employees safe is a community effort.
Centro Hispano tells us they are also working with other organizations to connect families to resources like obtaining a power of attorney or mental health professionals. And another group, Tennessee Immigrant and Refugee Rights Coalition, putting out a statement which reads in part, quote, "Tennessee is our home. We live here, we learn here, and we stand together in good times and bad." Our Big 7 list wraps up with a big fallout from a decision at last night's Cumberland County School Board meeting. The board voting to not renew Director of Schools William Stepp's contract. Now, the vote was 5-4. One board member who voted against the renewal talked about a raise Stepp would receive in the new contract, saying that money could be used to hire another teacher. Another member then citing alleged complaints from teachers about Stepp. Now, the other board members stating they've only heard positive feedback about Stepp, who has served in the role since 2022. And now parents are speaking out about their experience over the last 2 years.
I wish that the Board of Education would listen to the parents. There was multiple parents who got up and spoke about the positive impact Director Stepp has had. He will have lunch with the students. He tries to gain a personal relationship with them. He's very proactive. He's involved with law enforcement. Anytime there's a threat to the school, a mass threat, he is one of the first ones on scene.
Stepp's contract is set to expire in June. We've reached out to each board member, but have yet to hear back. Several employees of the school system have also spoken out online, with one substitute teacher even telling 6 News she resigned this morning following the vote.